one of the reasons we went with you is that your market analysis said that we could get $100,000 more than the other realtor that we talked to. Hey there, everyone. Dave Barlow here with the gang from Sell for 1%. We got Jay the Bomb out on the road looking for something to sell, and Jay Marinsky home waiting for the phone to ring. So please call. We have our term of the week. And the term this week is comparables. And you can look at comps from both the buyer side and the seller side, and both sides play a role. And so, Jay the Bomb, on the listing side, what do you use comps for?
On the listing side, primarily we're looking at comparable sales, which are going to be comps, comparable sales that are recent sales in the area that are similar to your listing. And between the value that we come up with on the recent sales, combined with my vast knowledge of real estate, that is how I determine the appropriate list price.
And with those comps, you're plussing, minusing, depending on cosmetics, finishes, square footage, finished basements, outdoor living space, so on and so forth, all goes into the formula.
Yes. Yes, that's a long question like that. Yes.
Well, yeah, but there's a lot that goes into it, and doing it in a subdivision is going to be different than doing it out in the country. Out in the country, there's going to be a lot more variables that go into it. Suburbs are kind of easy to do. I'm guessing that I've done over 10,000 market analysis reports in my career, maybe more. And so I've looked at a lot of that. And you can pretty much take a quick look and say, okay, this compared to what's going on the seller side, here's what we think. And a lot of times I just closed one down in Baltimore, and it was kind of out in the country. And we're getting ready to edit the video, the post-closing video. The seller told me one of the reasons we went with you is that your market analysis said that we could get $100,000 more than the other realtor that we talked to. And I was like, and not only did you get the $100,000 more, but you had a little bit of a bidding war, and we ended up $30,000 over our asking price. So we made $100,000 more plus 30, plus they saved 3% commission, which on that particular house was about $28,000 was a 3% commission. And so they feel like they got $150 some odd thousand of extra value by going with us. And that's just because of the comps. And it's because we can look at it and say, this is what we think. This is the feel that we have for the market. And so on the buyer side, Jaime, and you work a lot with buyers, go out and look at a lot of different homes. Buyer says, hey, James, I kind of like that house. I think I'd like to write an offer. What are you going to use comps for?
Well, and I'll give a much more succinct and detailed response compared to my older brother, Jaysen. As a buyer, you're wanting to make sure what you're paying for that house is fair market value. Everyone's looking for their unfair share. On the seller side, you want to maximize price and profits. On the buy side, you want to somewhat minimize it. But comps, we want to know that we're in the area, that, you're going to be in this house for a few years. This is what the neighborhood is worth. This is what the subdivision, phase 1, phase 2, whatever area you're in, that's what the houses over there are worth. And then you take into consideration 2-car garage, 3-car garage, outbuilding, no outbuilding, land, square footage, bedrooms, bathrooms, all the good stuff to come up with comparable sales in the area that are like your home. Have one in Hilliard now that, when the market was hot here a few months ago, sold for $390. This one, listed at 389, sat for a while because interest rates are so high, and you have to come up with some sort of, you have to look at the comps, look at the date it was sold, interest rate, and what is that difference looking like in a monthly payment. And so the bank said the house is worth 375. We got it for a little less than that. So that is what I use comps for, to make sure my clients aren't overpaying, are paying at least fair, if not unfair, on whatever side on the market they're on, buyer or seller, and try to save money. Now, on the buying side, you don't want to buy a house that comped out in the neighborhood for 250 for 60,000. You're bringing the value of the neighborhood down a whole lot. But there's a lot of other things we can get into with this. So that's just my detailed response to comparable properties and what we use them for.
So on the seller side, in essence, what we're trying to do is maximize the sales price, which maximize your return on your investment, your ROI. And on the buyer side, we're just trying to make sure that whatever the asking price is a fair price. And if it's overpriced, and you still love the house and you want to pay more than maybe what the comps say it's worth, we just want to be able to give you the information and say, hey, if you're going to live in the house for the next 10 years, you're going to be fine. If you're going to be in here for a year and a half, you may not be able to get out of the house and get your money back. And so on the buyer side, we just want to make sure that whatever you want to pay for the home is a fair value to pay for. So comps on both sides looked at differently, and that's what makes us good at our job. We work specifically on seller sides, we work specifically on buyer sides, and we're here to help you get the best value for your dollar on either side. And so if you like this information, be sure to like and subscribe. Click that notification bell as we put out more information. You'll get immediately notified. And if you have any questions whatsoever, our phone numbers are here on the screen. Please feel free to reach out to us. We'd love to be able to talk to you and help you achieve your goal, whether you're buying or selling. Here at Sell for 1% of Realtors. Thanks, guys, and have a great day.